It's just me sleeping. Welcome back to 535 Labs. Today I'm going to talk about camping, traveling, and surviving with a Cpap machine. Alright, so if you haven't clicked off to watch some other video that's more interesting yet, let's talk about a couple things really quick first. First off, what is a Cpap machine? Cpap stands for Continuous Positive Airway Pressure. It's to treat sleep apnea, which is a medical condition when you stop breathing at night, sometimes for seconds, sometimes for a minute, or sometimes more, and that happens multiple times throughout the night. It can happen hundreds of times through the course of the night. That can lead to a lot of other severe medical issues like heart issues, high blood pressure, cause people to be more tired and less alert during the day, can contribute to things like car accidents and stuff like that, where people are just not able to stay awake. So sleep apnea is a big issue, and it tends to go underdiagnosed because people don't realize that it's happening because they're asleep when it's happening, or since most people with sleep apnea tend to be men, sometimes there's, I think, a lot of stigma around it. You know, guys don't want to be hooked up to this machine. They don't want to do it. If you are using a Cpap machine or a BiPAP machine, you need to take it with you when you travel. And you also need to think about how are you going to use that machine, because it is a medical device and you need to use it when something happens, when the power goes out. And I've been thinking about this a lot. We just recently were traveling in Texas, and we returned right before all of the storms hit Texas and the power was out and they were freezing down there. And so I was thinking about that. If you were using a machine like this or any type of medical equipment that depended on electricity, how are you going to, handle that when the power is out? Let's talk briefly about traveling first with a Cpap. When I'm traveling in the car, it's a lot easier. I can just pack my machine up and go wherever I'm going. I like to keep my machine all together and in one bag. I use this little mesh bag, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So everything just goes in one bag. A lot of folks get a bag like this when they get a machine, either whatever works. Just keep it in a bag, all your hose, cord, whatever goes in there. That way it's all in one place and you have everything all together. I carry a 6-foot extension cord. I like these ones with the little multi-plug on the end. And this stays in the suitcase or in the bag with my stuff, no matter where we're going, a road trip or whatever. And that's because not all hotels have plugs near the beds. So road trips, not so hard. Just make sure you have everything with you and you get to where you're going. If you're flying, then it's a little bit more to think about. You should carry your Cpap machine in your carry-on bag. Do not put it in your checked luggage. Checked bags don't always get to the same place that you are going. I put my Cpap in this mesh bag, and that's because when you go through airport security, you have to take this out of your luggage and run it through the machine, the scanner, separately, the same as you would a laptop or anything else. So I put it in this mesh bag so that way I don't have to take the actual machine out of the bag separately. Like if it was in here, I would have to take it out. So I just put everything in this mesh bag so they can see through, and then I can just take all of the stuff all together, cords, plugs, hoses, everything, and run it, put it in there, and run it through. A Cpap machine does not count as a carry-on item. If you were to put this machine in its own bag, so if I put it in this little bag and that's all that's in here, that does not count as a carry-on item if I'm flying. I can carry that completely separate from my other carry-on bag, and the airline cannot charge me an extra fee for carrying that on because that is a medical device. Most every place that we've flown, I don't fly a lot. I've not really had any issues with that. I do keep a little medical device tag on here, and also very important, get a note from your doctor or a copy of your prescription. I keep mine in a little Ziploc with an extra filter, and keep that in the bag too. The only time it was ever any type of issue was when we flew out of the country and we were in Haiti, and we were flying back in. The security at the airport in Haiti weren't really sure what the Cpap was, I guess, and they spent quite a while looking at it, trying to figure out what it was, and I was trying to explain to them and show them my prescription and note. It took a little while for them to decide that this machine was not a bomb. So what if you want to go camping? Or what if something happens and the power is out and you can't use your machine? How are you going to work in those type of scenarios? If you're camping, you can look at options like campgrounds, if there's power available in the campsites. You can carry a longer extension cord and run power from somewhere to your tent or your camper, wherever you're going. If you can't camp somewhere near power, then there's some other things you can think about. And these can be options for a emergency situation too. Alright, so this is a battery generator. This is a Goal Zero Yeti 400. And this is just a rechargeable battery generator. I bought this specifically for camping and for emergencies, for if the power goes out. I can sleep for a couple of nights at least using this before I have to charge this. This can also be charged off of solar panels. I don't have enough solar panels to charge this effectively, but I would like to at some point get solar panels that I can plug into this and charge it. So if I did have a situation where the power was out for an extended time, I could charge this during the day and run it at night. These though can be pretty expensive. So there's other options that maybe don't cost quite as much that you could think about. So something like this might be an option. This is a little portable power station for your car. So this has got the little jumper cables and a little compressor in there. Charge, keep it in the back of your car, it can jump your car, and you can actually plug something in here and run this. I haven't tried running a Cpap on this, so I don't know how long it would run. I don't know if it would run one night, 2 nights, or how long this thing would keep on running. But this is another option if you're looking for something in case of an emergency. This might be a good option that you could run a Cpap machine for a night in an emergency and also have a lot of other stuff there for your car too. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you. If you have any comments, any questions, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. I will see you all next week.